In the 16th century, Japan was a land of constant turmoil, ambition, and power struggles. Amid the battle for supremacy and the clash of cultures, a man of extraordinary origin appeared. A man who defied all expectations and transcended boundaries. His name was Yasuke, and he was unlike anyone the people of Japan had ever seen. Now, Yasuke's story begins far away from the shores of Japan, likely in the regions of East Africa, though his exact origins remain a mystery. Some historians suggest he was born in Mozambique, part of the Makua ethnic group. Others claim he may have hailed from Sudan or Ethiopia, regions known for their tall, strong warriors who were sought after in the global trade. Regardless of his birthplace, Yasuke's journey took him far away from his homeland. In the late 1570s, Yasuke found himself in the service of Alessandro Valignano, and I know I have butchered that, a Jesuit missionary and inspector of missions in the East. Valignano, a man of immense influence in the Jesuit order, saw the potential for spreading Christianity in Asia and sought to impress the Japanese rulers with the might of the European culture. Yasuke, standing over 6 feet tall and possessing remarkable strength, became part of his endeavor. When Yasuke arrived in Japan in 1579, he was an instant sensation. The people of Japan had never seen someone of African descent. His dark skin and towering physique caused such a stir that the crowds gathered to catch a glimpse of him. His fame grew, and before long, word of this mysterious foreigner reached one of the most powerful men in Japan, Oda Nobunaga. Oda Nobunaga was a daimyo, the feudal lord, with a vision to unify Japan under his rule. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Nobunaga was curious, progressive, and open to new ideas. When he heard of Yasuke, he summoned the man to his court in Kyoto. The meeting between Yasuke and Nobunaga is one of the most extraordinary encounters in Japan history. Nobunaga, fascinated by Yasuke's appearance, reportedly ordered his attendants to scrub Yasuke's skin, believing it might be painted. When the colors remained, Nobunaga realized Yasuke was truly unique. But it wasn't just Yasuke's appearance that impressed Nobunaga. He saw something deeper in the man: strength, intelligence, and loyalty. Nobunaga decided to take Yasuke into his service, making him part of his inner circle. This was a monumental moment. Yasuke was no longer just a foreign servant, he was elevated to the status of samurai, a rare and prestigious honor for someone of non-Japanese origin. To become samurai was no small feat. Samurais were warriors bound by a strict code of honor, loyalty, and discipline. They carried swords that symbolized their status and were deeply ingrained in the Japanese military and social hierarchy. For a foreigner to achieve this status was unprecedented. Nobunaga granted Yasuke a residence, a ceremonial katana, and a stipend. Yasuke's duties included serving as a bodyguard, a weapons bearer, a role of great responsibility. He quickly adapted to the customs of the samurai, learning Japanese language and culture. His towering presence and unmatched strength earned him the respect of Nobunaga's retainers. Yasuke's service placed him at the heart of Japan's most pivotal events. Nobunaga was a reformer, a military genius, and a ruthless leader. He sought to modernize Japan, break traditional power structures, and embrace foreign innovations. Yasuke, a samurai in Nobunaga's force, witnessed firsthand the turbulence of this era. Yasuke's loyalty to Nobunaga was unshakable. He accompanied his lord on military campaigns, demonstrating his skill and courage in battle. Nobunaga often spoke of Yasuke's strength, reportedly comparing him to 10 men. Yasuke's presence was more than symbolic. He was a trusted ally who stood by Nobunaga in times of peril. Now, one such moment came during a campaign in the Iga province. Yasuke fought alongside Nobunaga's forces, earning him admiration for his combat prowess. His role extended beyond the battlefield. He became a symbol of Nobunaga's open-mindedness and willingness to embrace change. Yasuke's greatest test came in June 1582, during one of the most infamous events in Japanese history, the Honnō-ji Incident. Nobunaga, who had risen to the pinnacle of power, was betrayed by one of his own generals, Takeshi Mitsuhide. Mitsuhide's forces launched a surprise attack on Nobunaga while he was staying at the Honnō-ji temple in Kyoto. And as the temple was surrounded, Yasuke stood by Nobunaga's side. The situation was dire, outnumbered and facing certain defeat. Nobunaga chose to commit seppuku, a ritual act of suicide to avoid capture and humiliation. Yasuke fought valiantly, defending his lord until the end. After Nobunaga's death, Yasuke was captured by Mitsuhide's forces. And according to historical accounts, Mitsuhide, recognizing Yasuke's foreign origin, chose not to execute him. Instead, Yasuke was sent back to the Jesuit missionary in Kyoto. This marked the end of Yasuke's service as a samurai, and his fate after this point remains a mystery.